Hello, good night. My name is Juliana Naranjo, and today I am going to show you my lesson plan from social science. Okay, so my lesson plan is created for grade number 3 or 3rd. The date is 20th of November. I am the teacher, Juliana Naranjo. The topic is natural resources. And this activity is planning to be 2 hours to create it, to learn between these 2 hours. The skills that I'm going to try to expose and I want that my students have are listening, speaking, reading, and writing. All the skills that you need in English, I'm going to try to work into my lesson plan. So the DBA or basic learning right that I have for this social lesson plan is relates the by geography characteristics of your department, municipality, reservation, or place where you live, with activities, economics, and they are carried out in them. The AIM is identify the supply of natural resources present in my region regarding the soil, climate, flora, fauna, and water. So the resources that I'm going to have are computer, notebook, cardboard, colors, pencils, scissors, and ruler. And the skills obviously are going to be listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Listening, the students will listen to the pronunciation of each word from the vocabulary, and they will watch a short video in English about natural resources, the definition of natural resources. In the speaking part, the students will practice the pronunciation of each word from the vocabulary, and in pairs, using the flashcards, they are going to have a little presentation of them. In reading, the students will read a short information in English about each natural resource learned in class and the definition that we are going to create into the board from the ideas they have. And in writing part, the students will write the name of each natural resource and we write it into their notebook. So this is the principal idea to my lesson plan, the skills that I want they develop with this activity. So the first part, let me organize this. The first part is going to be, 1 second, I don't know why this in this situation. Okay, no problem. Okay, I'm going to put this because I can see enough this information. I'm so sorry for it, but I don't know why this happened. Okay, so I'm going to move this and this and this. Okay, in this moment, I'm going to explain that this chart has 4 parts. The first part is the achievement or indications. The second part is the procedure communicative activities, the description of the activity we're going to have, the time that we are going to spend into each activity, and the assessment is the way how I am going to evaluate that the classmates or the students have the knowledge that I want to show. So the first part, the description of all the activities, the class will begin with a guiding question, what is a natural resource? The students one by one will raise their hands and provide their information or their answers they have. Then a short video will present it in English that will explain what natural resources is. The idea is that this video will be in English and they try to catch the information from them. Obviously, this video is going to have closed caption or the subtitles that maybe can exist as students that can understand, no listening better, but they can read so good. So this will have subtitles. And then I will ask them what they catch about the video. All the answer will be written on the board. Then from these phrases or words that they give me, we are going to have the definition of a natural resource. Then, in pairs, they will write the name of each natural resource we learned in this video, and they will draw in their notebook. Then, after this little part in their notebooks, they are going to be in pairs and they are going to create flashcards from these words, and they are going to practice the pronunciation and definition of these words because they are going to explain in front of their classmates. The assessment is finally to evaluate a short dictation because the idea is to show if they understand the definition of each word, if they identify it, if they can listen in and understand what the word is. And this class is going to have during 2 hours. The presentation stage is the first part that I told you that I am going to make I'm going to catch all the ideas they have previously, show them the information. So the students will bring the information they have about the concept of natural resource. Of course, any student is empty of information they have maybe in their minds, maybe their parents talk with them about what is a natural resource. So they are going to have all these answers they have, and I'm going to start with this, the previously knowledge. They will pay a lot of attention to the video after bring me all the definitions they have, because the idea is to listen and read the information from the video and try to catch what is the definition of a natural resource. Here I have the definition of the video, I have the link for it because the idea is to have all the materials ready. Each student will write on a piece of paper they understand about the video. This is going to be without a name because the idea is just to read it. Okay, a natural resource is, for example, and no to say one by one, yo, no, because maybe they are not ready to speak in English with a good fluency and they are going to feel so badly for that. So I prefer to have the information they catch from the video into a bag, and I'm going to read it one by one. And I'm going to say, yes, okay, I'm going to write it into the board. This is going to have a 30 minutes during this activity. After this starting part, we are going to have the practice stage, okay? I need to bring them tools for use this information. So the idea is that each student will answer the question again, what is a natural resource based on the video? And the idea is to create a concept of a natural resource in group. In this part, I am going to ask them one by one, okay, after the video and after reading the answers, what is a natural resource? So they are going to give me the answer, okay, teacher, for me is this, for me is that, and all the answers, I'm going to write it into the board because the idea is to create into the group a definition from a natural resource. This activity is going to have 30 minutes because the idea is that they just create their own definition, and they will draw and write the name of each natural resource we learn and draw it into the notebook. Why? Because when they are going to study for exam, they need the information into a paper because it's so necessary to read it. And it's very important to understand that in my classroom they're going to have different ways to learn. Maybe some students are so visual and others are drawing and others are just listening, so I need to practice all the ways they can learn. After this, after everybody create their natural resource, they wrote their names and the drawings, we are going to have the production stage. In this part, I want to create in pairs an activity where they have to show me and to the classmates that they understood the definition about that natural resource and they identify the natural resources in the world. So they are going to create flashcards using cardboard, colors, and ruler and scissors. They're going to create it in a free way. They can be creative, and they are going to practice the presentation because they are going to be in front of the other classmates, and they are going to say, okay, this is the natural resources I learned: water, sun, soil. For example, they're going to have the pictures, and the idea is to make this small presentation to the speaking part, and of course to show me that they understood what is a natural resource. Then we are going to have the homework because of course the idea is to continue practicing this information into their houses and make it practice. So the homework is each student will draw their houses, yes, and into their house they are going to identify the natural resources they can find. For example, water, soil, the solar sun, the sun, the air, the trees, because some students have trees in their houses or have a grass. So the idea is that identify in their physical environment, in their houses, what are the natural resources they can find. So this was my lesson plan about social science. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope that helped you too much.